On the last All Out show, we spoke on face tattoos and how that's a surefire way of not being a manager at a job. I ain't taking no orders from someone with teardrops on their shit unless we're in the gang together. What are you gonna do now to show that you don't give a fuck about society anymore?
Well, there's this one place, Chicago Tattoo and Piercing. Employees have a name for tattoos on the hands, neck, or face. We call them job stoppers.
Yeah, like the mail lady, and she's got the giant plugs in her fucking ear. You're not moving up.
I'm surprised they'll let that slide with the post office.
Look, man, they pretty open about certain shit, but it's just like, you clearly don't want to be the manager of the fucking place. Even if you take it out, your shit looks like two blown out assholes. Doctor and author Justin Laymiller called up to talk about America's sexual fantasies, and let me tell you, we got some wild calls.
Hey, Doc, this is really weird. I have this weird fetish where I'm not gay. I'm into the idea of a guy, like, pissing on a guy's bare feet and then licking it off. Came about when my buddy had his feet dangling out the window, and I pissed on his feet.
Actually, a lot of people, male and female, have same-sex fantasies. They can take a lot of different forms. And the question of is it gay is really about how you identify. And there are people who have same-sex fantasies who identify as straight, and hey, that's their identity, and I don't question it.
And now here's another episode of the All Out Show. What up, though?
Sometimes I'm thinking that I love you.
Tuesday and it's Tuesday. Got a little late start. Sorry about that. My bad. I was eating lunch. The driest bagel in the world. And these my people, but like, I know y'all can relate. Don't you hate when you go eat at some shit and they like, she put on the cream cheese like she had to milk the cow herself and then make the fucking cheese. Like, it was like, ain't no cheese on this bitch. And the jelly too. Like, really looking out for the bottom line here, this lady. Dry ass fucking bagel. Look at that shit. You thought I was exaggerating. It looked like it was like a sneeze of jelly. It was like, tuh. Like a little fucking sneeze of jelly. The fucking nerve. Whatever, they're my people, but it's a crapshoot. You never know who's gonna make your fucking sandwich, man, or what mood they're in. They're feeling fucking generous or not. Whatever. Shout out to Sherry. She gave me this is the same lady who's been giving her business has been giving me the fucking aloe vera shit. All of these problems I've been having with my stomach, and the aloe vera has been the only fucking thing that's really been helping. I still feel kind of weird, but like, shout out to aloe vera. It tastes like it is disgusting.
Yeah, isn't that sort of a skin treatment?
Yeah, but like, I got the whole leaf. You get it at the Mexican spots.
Oh, I was wondering what the fuck that was back by the desk. Okay.
Yeah, bro, it's like them giant ass motherfucking leaves. But the inside is real good for you.
You just chew on it?
It's bitter as fuck, son. It's so bitter. If you get me a knife and shit, I'll do it on the air. But all your hair is me like gagging, and it's real like slimy. Like, picture okra times 1,000. Like, but it's good for the old gut. It's good for the old GUT. Really helping me.
That's a good amount of aloe vera you've got back there. How much did that cost?
$2.
Oh.
You be at the Mexican market at all, Chris? Can you grab me some of that shit? I'll buy it off you for double. I'll give you $4 for 2 pieces. Like, I'll give you 5. I'll give you 5 a leaf. Help me help you. God damn it, yeah. Anybody with a stomach problem, try that shit out. That was fucking amazing. Hey, let's chill for a second. Let me eat this fucking dry ass, untoasted, dry fucking bagel. This bagel's like eating 5 Popeyes biscuits with no water. Justin Hunt is here. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. We're doing a hate it or love it, and that's about it. You know about that shit. We are breezing into another great day. Dana and wait, hold up. Juan in Stockton. Juan, what up, though?
What up, Jude? How you doing, man?
Fucking awesome.
Good shit. Listen, I had the same issue that you had with that whole stomach problem shit.
Yeah.
So what I also had trouble swallowing the damn aloe vera, but what I did is I peel it. Actually, grow the plant yourself. Then you peel it, put it in a Ziploc bag, and freeze that shit. And in the morning, just take it as an ice cube, and it works the same way, and you don't taste that shit.
No, that's not a bad idea.
Try that shit, man.
Yeah, I've eaten some really gross things. You know what I mean? I ate ass on the first date, so aloe vera ain't shit to me. I'll get through it. I appreciate you. Yeah, shout out to fucking anybody else that uses aloe vera. David in New Mexico says I should try apple cider vinegar. I did. You guys don't understand. I tried fucking everything. If you go into my kitchen, there's probably 40 different bottles of pills that I've tried. Every natural fucking remedy. Saying, if you find yourself with a little tummy problem, hit a Mexican market, go get you some of that shit. It was the best dollar I spent. Like, I'm dropping like $60, $70, $80 on these fucking super pills that are supposed to, because when you're in pain, you'll try fucking anything. And the aloe vera was the only shit that worked. So there. I co-sign. And I'm sure that's all you needed to hear, right? Was Jude's co-sign, because I'm a fucking expert. Amber in Florida.
Hi, I'm calling because I have taken aloe vera and put it in a blender with orange juice, and it's almost like you're drinking orange juice that has extra pulp in it. You can't even taste the aloe vera.
Yeah, but it's too acidic. The OJ's too acidic. Like it's like you're defeating the purpose there. But thank you, I appreciate that. I didn't mean to shit. I didn't mean to totally shit on your idea. Like, I don't want you to hang up like I'm a failure. But like, hey, if it works for you, it works for you.
I've also done it too when you have a cough.
Yeah.
Take aloe vera and it helps with a cough.
It's the goddamn miracle shit.
It really is. I agree.
And I'm not talking. Don't get the juice. The juice don't do shit. The fucking slimy, make you want to throw up, question your life decision shit. That's the one you do. All right, let's play some music. Come back with Justin Hunt.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand. And now, here's the breakdown with Justin Hunt.
What up, though, Just?
Jude, how you doing, sir?
Fucking awesome. Hope you're well.
Doing well as well.
It's all happening.
It's all happening.
They don't even know. They don't even know. It's all happening.
That's it. Back in Los Angeles, it feels good.
Yeah.
It's good to be back. So we have a interesting story here. I don't know if this comes as a shock to anyone. There is a tragic video that surfaced online last week. There's an artist out of Florida. His name is Project Youngin. He's an up-and-coming artist, and he was on Insta Story last week online talking about his music and all the things he has coming up. And then he was shot during the video. We have a clip from that one if we want to play it. John.
Thug soldiers on the way, man. Hey.
Now he's throwing money up. He's got like a stack of hundreds. It's coming.
Shit hit the fan. Who running now? Yeah, that shit coming. You already know, man. Thug soldiers on the way, man. That's how we rocking, man.
Where he got shot?
Yeah, that's where the video ends. People really concerned. His team took to Twitter last week and said, "Thank you, everyone, for your prayers. We will let you know about Project Youngin's condition very soon. PY team." A lot of people were upset about this. You know, it's one of those moments when we realize how fragile life can be. And people are very upset. And then this week, turns out he was trolling. He faked his death to promote his music video. The music video is called Thug Soldiers, and all of it was a setup.
That's gay. Shit like that, make you. There's a term called like "don't be burning bread." You know, like he's burning bread on himself, man. Like you speak on some shit. Like be careful. Be careful what the fuck you speaking on, man. You like.
Look, I'm with you 100%. You have all these guys. All the guys in the 90s were making really dark albums. We just saw this with XXX. He talked about death all the time. Will he be alive next week? At some point, you bring certain energy back to you. Now, here's what Project Youngin, this is what he said on Instagram. More of the story, if you got love for me, Let me know now. Don't wait till I'm dead and gone.
That's gay.
Now, clearly he got a backlash right after that. So
Moral of the story.
Give me my flowers while I can still smell them.
I love how they like... People, this is what people do. They do irrational things and then they justify it after the fact, like they were being rational the whole time. It's like, nah, dude, that's fucking weird, man. Faking your own death to sell some albums.
Yeah, and leaving it in the air for as long as he did. It was up for like maybe 3 or 4 days.
The worst, to me, I'm like, stay dead for a while. Like, go away for a while. Come back in a year. You know what I mean?
Find yourself an island, chill out.
Yeah. Go to Belize.
Special.
Yeah. Get you some of that Belizean pussy. Knock a bitch up. And then when she asks for support, be like, I'm dead. Bitch, I'm dead.
Now, when people once they found out Project Youngin wasn't dead, people were visibly upset, as you can imagine. Here's what he said in response. I don't owe nobody shit but my fans and people that I love and people who love me. I ain't faked my death. I never said I was dead, nor did I say I got shot. That ain't nothing to play about. I was just shooting a video, and I let y'all believe it. But to my real fans, I do apologize for the misunderstanding, y'all.
Do we got an 1/8" jack? Because I think he was copying off of a rapper that actually got killed last week. Is there a way to play it? We can't play it? Oh, that's the only one? That's, shit. Can I use your jack real quick? Will that go in? Will that play? Do I need to plug that into something? I got it. Yeah, let me, all right, let's see. This, because I just happened to be on fucking, unless he was faking it too and no one got back to me.
Right.
But this shit seemed kind of fucking official. Here, can you plug it in, please? There was this rapper out of Atlanta, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong. He was doing a freestyle similar to him, freestyle in the fucking car. Him and his mom and his child. Can you turn it up? Let's see.
Yeah, you know.
Turn it up, please. This is the car rap.
You gotta get hype for your dad.
Hey.
Get hype.
Hey.
Oh my God! 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 Oh my God, man, are you okay? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
I can't.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Aselinko? I don't even know. Aselineko.
Oh my God!
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that was disturbing to watch. You know what I mean? Like, that's some real shit. And you got somebody playing at that? I don't respect that, man. Like, I get it, like, troll on. I understand, but this is where it's going. Like, what is the next step for trolling? Trolling on top of trolling on top of trolling on top of trolling. Like, I guess that is the next. Faking deaths and shit like that is the next step for trolling, for attention. But like, fuck, dude. I don't know, man. Like, I don't think you should play around with like pretending like you died.
That last video you just played, that, to be perfectly honest, that kind of rocked me right now. That's crazy to see. Like, that's how serious a situation Project Youngin was playing off. I'm not saying that he, obviously was copying this or not, but the fact is that this is something that happens to real people, and it's a lame way to get people to watch your video. Now, the video premiered on WorldStar 4 days ago. It has 250,000 views. That's not even crazy.
I was gonna say that. Well, that was my next question. Was it effective? Was his trolling technique effective?
I mean, now I say 250,000 views isn't crazy. I mean, it's definitely significant for an artist, I imagine, at this level.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I feel like 250,000 views for a whole bunch of bad energy, bad karma, and looking lame. I'm not sure if it works, but
and yo, this is New
definitely
Orleans. He's playing at dying, and like it'd be one thing if like you were playing at dying in fucking Calgary, Canada, or some shit like that, where there's a really low murder rate. But like, bro, you in New Orleans playing at this shit. Like,
It's crazy.
There's some killers down there, champ.
Right.
Someone that would love to punch your motherfucking ticket, punch your clock, just on GP.
Right.
You see it all, like you see it all the time.
I mean, he definitely sounds like he's from New Orleans. I think he's actually from Florida, but it's like either one of those places. Both of those places.
Yeah, they don't play.
Not at all.
No.
You know, so now I'll be honest. I hadn't heard of Project Youngin before I thought Project Youngin got shot in his car. So I can't say that it didn't put him on my radar. I definitely heard about this guy because I was like, dang, man, someone else got shot on the gram. People be dying online all the time. We just watch it. And then it turns out he faked fake getting shot since he says he didn't actually say.
What are other
he
people
died.
saying about this shit? Am I like, are there any other like? What are people saying about this? What like, how are they speaking out? Are they for it? Are there people against it?
They're totally against it. I mean, like, you know, like it's like everyone was real disappointed. They thought it was lame for him to, you know, fake his death that way.
How many followers did he have?
I don't know what he had before.
How many does he have now?
Right now, he has 165K on Instagram.
That's respectable,
It's
man.
respectable, man. You know what I
if
mean?
he gets a deal off of this shit?
I'm pretty sure that it would happen. I mean, this is the type of situations that is attractive a lot of times to labels or management companies, right? You want someone who had some viral look.
Yep.
You want someone who has a significant following. Hopefully
Yep.
there's high engagement.
Yeah.
If the music is good enough, if their following reacts to the music, that's generally better than whether or not a lot of times the executive even likes it. So, look, the guy yodeling in front of, the little kid yodeling in front of Walmart got a deal just because he went viral.
Yeah.
This is probably a good situation for him. All things considered, I could see an argument that this actually worked for Project Youngin, as opposed to the guy, 2 years ago? Remember the guy 2 years ago who shot himself in the face on Facebook?
Yeah, we had him on. We had him on Hater to Love It. He didn't win.
He didn't win.
No.
Right? So Project Youngin has more talent than that guy, apparently. But
yeah, but this guy's realer than him. You fucking shoot yourself in the fucking cheek, dude. Wow.
Oh, man. I couldn't believe that.
That was fucking wild.
This stuff is going, I mean, is there a limit? Is there a line in there? And should there be one? Like, that's the other side of this. I don't know if this is necessarily.
Well, me and you
too
keep
far.
fucking giving these fuckers shine.
That's
Nah,
right.
I actually want to hear what a sound sounds like, so I can play me a little 888-742-3345.
We got the video right here.
I don't need to hear the whole thing. Just play me a little snippet. That him getting shot again?
That's what he said.
Oh yeah, that's your phone, them keys. It's the Youngin hoes.
All right, so he fakes his death. It fucking blah blah blah. It's got the blah, the
Right.
bing bing bing, and then that's how the video starts with him faking his death.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "I'm tired of missing my people in the streets" or some shit like that.
Playing off of every rap trope since Bone Thugs and Harmony.
That you know to make it even better if you use auto tune. Oh wait, he did use fucking auto tune. This guy's a walking cliche. But who the fuck, like, you know, there's enough dumb people out there for this shit to work. Like, there's enough idiots to sell to. So there you go.
We mentioned this last week. The music is the byproduct. It's not the product anymore.
No,
you know,
yeah.
It's literally what we do on the gram. It's the Truman Show in our pocket. Anything, any form of entertainment, any video, any Insta story is a glimpse into someone's lifestyle, or something they're projecting. And whether it's true or not has nothing to do with how entertaining something can be.
It's weird too, man. Like, you must really want some fucking attention. Like, cause I don't like arguing with motherfuckers or doing shit. Like, believe it or not, like, I don't like arguing and stuff. They just want attention. They don't even give a fuck if it's negative or what. Like, they're so thirsty for fucking attention.
That is the currency. Attention is the currency now. It doesn't even have to be. I mean, they used to say, this is an old saying, right? What is it? All press is good press.
Yeah.
This is new marketing.
Or even like, you can even take it back to like a kid misbehaving, like acting out just to get yelled at, just to get attention. They're still getting attention. You know what I mean? They're being disciplined, but you're still acknowledging them.
Right.
And that's what I feel like this shit is. Like, we're acknowledging this fucking robot throat gimmick. Motherfucker.
On his Instagram page, the Black Panther says he's clout chasing. Some people are calling him a fraud. Some people are like, oh, I teared up watching this. I'm so glad he ain't gone. He said, this ain't it. After XXXTentacion and Jimmy Wapo got shot dead, you really gonna fake your own death for promo? Nah, that's not cool.
Let's go to Tyrone in Alabama. Tyrone.
Hey, Jude, what's up, baby?
What up, though, man?
Man, you know what? I wouldn't buy the shit bootleg, but I'm just saying, I think the shit just worked though, because y'all just got a point. Even though you just played just a snippet of it, 32 million people just heard that shit.
No, that's the point. We've Justin and I go over this all. This is our eternal struggle right here. Is like, we focus on trolls and how annoying trolling is, and in doing so, we're perpetuating trolling because we're giving them attention. So, I guess if we weren't so fucking lazy and we dug for different shit, but like, fuck it, this is low hanging fruit. So I'll shit on this guy, and he'll get his troll. Like, it's kind of that's the dangerous zone that we get into as people in the media, because it's so easy to just like pick on trolls, but they get exactly what they want, and that is attention.
Facts.
Yeah. It's like,
yeah.
It's,
and look, part of me from a pattern standpoint finds this stuff interesting, because at some point it's going to play out. Right. At some point, it's going to evolve into a different way to look at it. Like Jay Prince said that when they were putting out those albums on Rap-A-Lot, that was their version of trolling by the type of controversial content they had.
Right.
So we're seeing it differently now. And I do think that there is something to be said about the lengths people are willing to go, when we used to think that this was a place where people were being honest. I used to think that when I was watching someone's Twitter feed, I was watching someone's Instagram, I was actually seeing them, even if they weren't being honest in their raps. I thought maybe they'd be honest on the gram. No.
Bro, man, look, man, I'm a dinosaur. Like, I'm just a troglodyte in this world. Like, I'm from a different time when, like, being real actually mattered. Like, real don't mean shit. Whoever take real, shove it up your ass. It don't mean shit no more, man. Like, don't nobody give a fuck about real. All they care about is entertainment, right? We living in the WWE. Like, this is WWE. Ain't shit real about this. Actually, WWE is realer than the shit that's going on out here, because at least they sustain injuries.
Right.
These motherfuckers ain't shit.
They'll get a bulging disc.
Yep. Let's go to Chris in L.A.
Hello?
Go ahead, man.
Oh, for sure. Hey, Justin and Jude, look here, man. It's just like what Young Buck said in his last song, man. Don't play by no rules. It's like, ain't no rules, bro. I personally think that this dude, this rapper cat, I came in late, but I don't think he was the one behind that. I think some label got in his head, like, hey, do this, see what happens, and we gonna pump you up. So it's all premeditated, man, but, shit ain't no rules, man. People trying to get their money out here, you know what I mean?
You're right. And I think there's no rules, but cashews have standards. But, and who am I to push my standards on somebody else? You got your set of standards, I got my set of standards. But there's certain cats I just don't fuck with because I don't respect their standards. Like him, I just won't even listen to him on GP.
Right.
Just on. Let's go to D'Angelo on ATL. D'Angelo. Go ahead, man.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Hey, question. I mean, not question, but more or less, look at the king of the trolls. You got Tekashi right now, who did pretty much the same thing right before him and Nicki's new song came out, and he did the same thing, and it worked for him in some aspect.
Was that a fake or was that real?
I think that was a fake because he's avoiding the cops now. 'Cause he don't want to answer no questions. He's avoiding questioning about the whole robbery. He don't want to answer nothing about it.
Tekashi is not cooperating with police.
Well, that's not the first. That I don't think that justifies that shit. There's tons. Like, how many people do cooperate with the police?
Drake did. Drake got into a situation in Toronto years back.
Well, he's Canadian. That's Canadian.
You know me.
Yeah, when they robbed my house, I didn't cooperate with the fucking police. I was just like, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Yeah, no, I think, and that's
that was real.
That's code of the streets type stuff. I tend to think that, well, you know where I am on the Tekashi thing. I only know him as a troll, so I expect this to be a troll.
Look,
so far it looks like it.
We went through this over and over again. It would really make me feel good if it wasn't. It would really make me feel fucking. It would warm my heart. And I don't like to wish bad things on people, but there is a certain you talk that much shit. I would like to see someone catch up with you sooner or later. Like you, the gingerbread man. Like I want to see you get 8 sooner or later, man.
We'll see, man.
Yeah, and look, we don't know.
We'll see.
Mike in Houston.
Yo, what's going on?
What up, though, man? You on?
Yeah, man. So, I had something else to say, but then he brought Tekashi, man. You know it's Tekashi's fake, man, because he talked about, he didn't want to talk to the cops, but as soon as he got locked up, he started squealing like a little pig to get out because he was afraid to get murked.
Oh, when was he squealing like a what? I don't even know what.
When he got I forgot what airport he got arrested at. He got picked up for some assault here in Houston.
Oh yeah, he was fighting with them dudes. Yeah. And he told on everybody.
Complaining and getting his lawyer into it, talking about, no, I got to get out of here. They're going to try to kill me. They're going to try to do this. Because they denied him bail at first.
Yeah, there was a story that they moved him from Gen Pop into solitary because he was a target. He was in Rikers.
Okay, he talked about that life and running around with guns and shit like that, but he walking around with goddamn Fruit Loop haircut. Come on, man, get out of here.
He's like, my friend wrote this, and it's more. He's like the punk rock crazy guy of our generation, of this new generation, which is just doesn't make him cool. It just is more. It's a more indictment of how lame this shit is. How lame and fake motherfuckers are. Like there used to be people that would poop on stage and throw it at you and fucking roll around in their own feces and cut themselves with glass and be super fucking angsty.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Did you go to these shows? Were you there?
Nah, but I've seen it Gigi Allen and shit like that.
Wow.
So it's just like this. He's their version, but that's how soft we become. Fucking fast forward 40 years later, this is what angsty teenage kids. This is who they're looking up to. They're fucking these guys that lie on getting shot and fucking lie on maybe getting robbed and fucking troll.
I think it'll be interesting to see how fans grow with him in the future. And same thing with, Project Youngin and pretty much any young artist. Will fans grow with Tekashi's music over time, or will he evolve to where he can be super successful just by trolling and doesn't even need the music anymore?
I think he can be super successful just by trolling. I mean, yo, dude, the fucking that dude from New Jersey Shore, what was his name? Mike the Body or whatever. Fucking the situation. Okay. The motherfucker's still caking up years later. Tekashi can make money showing up at clubs for fucking $10,000 a thing for the next 10 years. He'll be fine. He'll be good. All right, let's get back to the guy, Jarrell in D.C.
Hey, what's up, Jude?
Go ahead, man.
Hey, man, I definitely agree with your point. Far as it's all about standards, right? But I was going to say, you being a shot jock, did the older generation that came before you, were they pissed off at you for pushing the limit or what?
Here's the difference. I'm sincere.
Right.
I'm sincere. Like, what I say may be shocking, but I'm not saying it to shock you. I'm sincere with what I might be turned up to 11. Like, this is not, I don't go home and fucking wild out and act like this all the fucking time. You know what I mean? Or but like, I'm sincere with where I'm coming from. And I think, and that's what I have. That's my problem with the last two rappers that we talked to. There's a lack of sincerity. They're not real with their shit. One's faking, one may or may not be faking robberies. The other one may or may not be faking getting shot. Like, I'm a nut. Like, if you look at my finger, like, look at my fingernails, they're chewed up. I twirl my fucking hair all the fucking time. I'm a goddamn nervous wreck. I'm a functioning addict. I got crazy fucking thoughts. Like, I'm not trying to. I try to dress normal to fucking like hide in public. I'm not like, hey, look how wacky I am. I'm gonna fucking, I got Rainbow Brighthead and a spider on my face. I'm fucking crazy. Like, no, that's just kind of like, that's why I don't really fuck with them dudes, man. But I understand where you're coming from, Jarrell. But like, I think there is a difference. Alex in Philly.
Yeah, man, I think it's fucking bogus. These dudes are fucking losers. They pieces of shit to do shit like that on camera.
All right.
I don't understand. Like, I really got boys out here, my niggas out here dying over shit like that in front of their parents. He playing it off like he's stupid. If I ever caught him on a one-on-one, I'd smack a spark out of his ass, to be honest with you guys.
He would smack a spark out of him. He's from Philly, I believe.
It's crazy. They do all this shit to stay relevant. Just like what they used to have back in the day, celebrity boxing for these dumbasses to stay relevant. Now they just use social media to stay relevant.
I saw Tanya Harding fight.
Yeah, I saw her fight. I saw her do some fucked up shit, too, in the skating rink. But it is what it is.
Dino in Brooklyn has an interesting point. Dino, go ahead.
Yeah, like, if you remember, like, it's more like wrestling. Back in the days, wrestling used to be Bob Backlund was the champion, you know, real bland and shit. Then we moved into a time where you had Hulk Hogan and Coco Beware, and it was really entertaining and shit. So that's what it is, man. It's just really, if you look at it from an entertainment perspective, then you can actually understand the value in it. Like, I don't look to these rappers nowadays to be culture leaders. Like, they're just, you know, it's entertainment. So the colorful and the more clowny this shit gets, that's just new heights for it, man. That's all. And I'm not afraid of it. Like, you know, I'm from that era of the hard boom bap. You know, we grew up with that. You know, Primo and, you know, Brooklyn ain't what it used to be. This kid is from Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn. Like, I'm looking at this dude like, all right, it is what it is, man. But this is like, you know, where we've come to, man, in a level of entertainment. That's all it is, man. I can't take this shit seriously, you know.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. It's kind of an interesting take. What do you think of that, Just?
I definitely think the wrestling comparison is on point, and you know, it's exciting, it's big, it's over the top, and the winner and losers are predetermined. You know, like someone might get hurt, but they probably really don't hate each other. You know, and no matter whether or not we know that all this is real, we still watch. Like, it could be fake, and we still watch every single week. So there's an entertainment value that's in it. We're definitely in that era overall. I think it's more than just music, though, now. I think it's more than just hip-hop. Like, a Lil Tay, I don't know if Lil Tay would have a medium to exist anywhere else. Lil Tay on Instagram, this 9-year-old girl who just be flossing and talking junk all the time. Like, outside of social media, I don't know where else she would ever have a chance to exist.
I was just talking about her, Whoa Vicky, all them motherfuckers. And it's like, and it's funny, it's like half the people that hate them are the ones that are supporting them. You know what I mean? It's like they just love to hate them and they follow them. They follow them just to fucking hate them.
And I think the other part, too, is that people generally support people who just don't quit. Most people are sitting at home, lazy, thinking about all the things they want to accomplish and never actually do it, right? So when you see someone online or anywhere who is chasing their dreams and they show up every day and they do it, inevitably, at some point, you just start supporting them because they're active. A lot of times that happens way before they actually become good.
Fuck them. Fuck them. They're bad for this world. That's how I feel. They're bad for this world. They're fucking perpetuating bullshit, a bullshit culture, and fuck them. Fucking die. Here's something from real rappers. And we'll take more phone calls. 888-742-3345. And when we come back, I'm going to tell you who's doing this better than anybody right now.
Word up.
Yeah, I'll tell you when we come back.
Word up.
Nigga. Calling the police, calling the G-men, calling all Americans to war on the underworld. All I need is money, and I'm getting that money tonight. Let's take a slide through the L side of town with this B-boy. Watch out for Jake Snakes and decoys. The streets keep you. Is it real? What's today's mathematics, nigga?
888-742-3345. I'm going to touch on this. You know who's doing this better than anybody else?
Who's that?
Who's running it like wrestling in music and is selling more than anybody?
Who's that?
K-pop. K-pop. Hands down. They got all these bullshit storylines, and they pretend that one guy is dating another girl from a different band. Like, they got this shit mapped out. They're playing fucking chess, bro.
I did not know there was storylines in K-pop.
Oh, yeah, that's part of the fucking. You think it's for the music? Like, yo, this shit is fucking. They're following storylines. Such and such is dating this person. They follow them. They follow their every fucking move. It's fucking genius. Their marketing is genius. They basically ripped off fucking WWE, smacked it together with the real world, and came up with a product which is K-pop. And they're slanging it to everybody, man. And motherfuckers from all around the world.
K-pop is huge. I'm surprised. I remember being so surprised that K-pop was as big as it was or is here.
Oh, yeah, dog.
It's not often you get a lot of
that's what made me think about
music from other places that isn't Latin penetrating the American market.
Yeah, man. Like, and it's crossing like cultures, like everyone's fucking with. This is the best shit to happen to Asian dudes ever. You finally gonna get some pussy. Like y'all been at the bottom of the. You've been at the bottom. It's like, let's be real. You've been at the bottom. You know, I know it. Been at the bottom of the barrel for the longest time, and you don't deserve that. And this K-pop shit, just get your eyebrows out. You're gonna get some pussy now. You fucking don't give up. That's that new.
Everyone
Asian dudes, it's that new. Remember when, I remember when light skinned brothers went out of style and shit, and then it was all dark skinned, and then dark skinned dudes went out of style, and now it's Asian brothers. You finally gonna get your dick wet. You can fuck whoever you want, man. Good for you. You've been waiting 272 years for this shit.
We did it, Brooklyn. We did it.
Enjoy that shit.
That's funny.
Give them all 4 inches, bro. Give them all fucking 4 inches. All right, man. We'll take two. We'll take 2 calls and move on to some other shit. Ty in Oklahoma. Ty.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, man. Just looking at it from the perspective, man, of back in the day, how us as street cats, we looked at crackheads and shit. You know what I'm saying? We'd have them doing crazy shit just for a piece of their business. You know what I'm saying? And now, to me, that's where the industry of the entertainment industry is, man. It's like the game is reversed, man. We got them now. They the ones who making the money. They the ones who making all the money by doing all this crazy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? From a dope head standpoint. You know what I mean? There's no more real street cats out here no more on wax, man. It really isn't. You know what I'm saying? Nobody telling stories anymore. It's all about what I can do, what I can allow you to see me do. You know what I'm saying? From a standpoint of a junkie, man.
Well, that here's the deal, man. Like the real cats out there, they're not fucking flossing on the gram. Like, as soon as you start seeing people with choppers on the gram with all their fucking with their bricks and all that shit, you know that they really not about that life. Because the cats that are rapping and that are about that life, you might see some nice cars, but they're fucking low key with that shit. You don't see no pistols. You don't see none of that. They extra low key with that shit, and that's the big difference. Is yeah, as soon as I see like a bunch of fucking dudes waving their guns, I'm like, I don't know. He probably isn't moving weight like he really says he is. Or else he'd have a RICO case on his ass.
If that money phone is too big, probably fake bills.
Terry in Baltimore.
Yeah, hey, what's going on?
Go ahead, Terry.
Yeah, so my thing is, they keep saying how, like, back in the day, it was more keep it real. But even if you do the math on that, you realize that back then, the jewelry, the gold, the houses, the cars, the girls with models, everything was fake. The problem is now, because it's microwave and everything is so quick, fast, you're seeing everything up front and up close. So even the fakeness, you're getting it at a quicker point.
Yeah, but they were faking success. You know what I mean? Like, it was like there wasn't fake. Like, these were street dudes that was just trying to get on, and like they were kind of faking success. This wasn't like faking danger. Like, it was a little bit. I see what you're saying, and I would contend that there's a ton of fucking not just rap, like in music, a ton of music is attached to vice, to drug sales, gangsters, shit like that, the mafia, selling dope. Like, I know a gang of motherfuckers that like use dope money to fund their record career.
There definitely were a lot of fake gangsters back then, though. There was a lot of cats living CB4 lifestyles, you know.
True. I won't, but then there was a lot of real motherfuckers too, and I think the scales are tipping the other way, where you're just seeing more like, I don't all the way believe you, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about censorship.
I think this is the story of the month, personally. So yesterday, Alex Jones is the head of InfoWars. InfoWars is one of the most popular platforms on YouTube.
That's the turning the frogs gay. You're turning the frogs gay. He's like that's the only shit I think I know. He's like,
I know he talks about lizard people.
Yeah, he's like,
he's a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, he's a conspiracy. Yeah, he's like, all right.
So they have a massive following on YouTube. Also, their podcast was really popular on Spotify, on Apple Music, on Google Play. I think it's still available on Google Play. It was pulled yesterday from Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. Today it was pulled from MailChimp and LinkedIn. His account is still active on Twitter and is still active on Instagram, but they pulled his content. Now, we've seen this over the past couple of weeks. We remember the story with XXXTentacion and R. Kelly and others. They had their music pulled from Spotify. Yeah. Spotify reversed that decision. They ended up putting their music back up. Kaepernick, Big Sean mentions Colin Kaepernick on Big Bank with YG and Nicki Minaj. That song made it into Madden 2018. This week, EA Sports got caught editing out the part where Big Sean says Kaepernick because of NFL and kneeling.
Jesus Christ.
Is there, or should First Amendment rights be protected on major platforms like this?
It's a tough one because a lot of these major platforms are kind of monopolies. Like, there is no other YouTube for someone to go to. And also, a lot of these people are getting like tax breaks and public funding. So it kind of blurs this line in that they're not completely private companies. So this is a scary time. It's whether you agree with Cap or fucking Alex Jones or fucking anybody, to be deplatformed that quickly, I find to be disturbing and dangerous. And I think both of us work in the media, so like all we have is our voice. And it's fucking, there's been times where you and I have had great fucking conversations, great debates, and you can't even put it up on YouTube, or else what is it called? They take away, you can't make money off it.
They would kill the monetization.
Yeah, you can't
offensive content.
Yeah, you can't monetize off of that shit. Like,
the thing that I think is different with Alex Jones is the primary point that got him removed from all of these outlets was he is a denier of Sandy Hook, where the kids who got shot in the elementary school up in Connecticut. He's a Sandy Hook denier, and he's been really hard on those families. And some of Alex Jones's followers began threatening parents of the kids who died in Sandy Hook. And so that violated hate speech, violent
I disagree.
content.
Unless he,
at least from their, their rules and regulations.
I understand that. Like, look, man, but you can't control your fans. I can't control my fans. I think people are allowed to deny whatever the fuck they want to deny, and then you would come back with your facts, and then we'd have a battle of facts and a battle of ideas, and then.
But that's a different conversation, though. Like, it's one thing if we're just sitting here saying we're disagreeing and denying it. He was outright pinpointing the parents and making them targets of this ruse that whatever it is, but these are real people.
Did he say
like,
go get that? If he didn't say go get them, then like.
I definitely know that he violated all these companies' terms and conditions, which is where it ended up. See, I'm on a different point, right? I agree with you in the sense that these guys are getting tax breaks, they're getting government subsidies, there's all kinds of government investment to help them expand bandwidth, build their audience, all this stuff, right? And on the flip side, we do this with SNAP patients or people on welfare, with people who have SNAP. We make them take drug tests for their government assistance. In New York City, public housing in New York City, you can't smoke a Newport in your apartment anymore, or you might be getting kicked out. We put people who get government welfare, individual people with heartbeats, through the ringer.
Yeah.
Based on the fact that they're getting so much money from the government. Well, these guys are too, and corporate welfare is real. Should First Amendment rights exist on these platforms? I'm willing to have that conversation. I don't think it would even get to that point because the same people that are really upset are the same people that love this quote-unquote separation of business and the government. It's totally different on that.
But the problem is the business and the government isn't separated. You know what I mean? And so, like, that's...
I'm with you.
So it's... And look, this is. I'm not smart enough, or like I'll be the first one to say I'm not smart enough to know the ins and outs of this shit. So I can't all the way fucking speak on it. I will say this much: it makes me very fucking worried when I see people being deplatformed, especially if it's someone just because it's a view that someone else disagrees with, and I see it. The woman that was just hired by the New York Times had all these tweets talking shit on white people. Let me finish. There was someone else took those tweets, took out white people and put in Jewish people.
This is Janice Young, is that what it is?
Yeah. But she got her job, and I'm not saying you can't hire whoever the fuck you want. That someone else took those tweets, subtracted white people, put in Jewish people, and she was deplatformed. So I just want to see, just be consistent with your shit.
Do you think NFL players should be suspended if they kneel during the national anthem?
That is up to. Here's the deal. This is how I look at it. If you're on the clock and you're expected to behave a certain way at your job, then you need to follow the rules at your job, whatever that may be.
Well, Alex Jones's job is a show he created, but is hosted on a private entity's platform.
It's not all the way private, is the point.
Well, there's nothing that's all the way private, right? So then we're saying there shouldn't be anything private. This is like this is a nuanced point. But what I'm saying is, the NFL's terms and conditions say that you got to behave a certain way. Well, so does Spotify's, YouTube, Facebook. Now, we can say they're monopolies if we want to, but nothing stops anyone else from going on to any other platforms because there are out there. You can go to Daily Motion if you want to. I don't necessarily think that Spotify, Twitter, all of these people are being consistent in the way that they police these people. That's another problem that I have. If cats were being policed in the same way, I could see that, but I don't see that. I often see call for violence against other groups of people, and they keep their Twitter account, and that I find that to be a problem. So, if you're going to do it, do it. If you're not going to do it, don't do it. I think both of those are bad too. I think it's a separate point, right? Again, the point is the terms and conditions of these privately owned entities who receive government funding. Privately owned entity says You can't do this, this, or this. Now, whether or not it's being exercised equally, different conversation.
I don't even know.
The point is, should Alex Jones be allowed to, or anyone else be allowed to violate terms and conditions on a private platform?
I don't think he by denying something, that is not violating something.
Well, this part isn't the debate anymore. They actually listed why he was, what he violated, and it was the hate speech aspect and the threats against.
Hate speech is such a broad fucking term. It's basically I don't agree with what the fuck you're saying speech.
I think we're look. Here's what I'm saying.
Hey, I follow a gang of motherfuckers that shit on white people all day. To me, that's fucking hate speech because I'm white, and I fucking find that hateful as fuck.
Right, if this was,
that's fine.
And I think that's the case. And look, on the Rude Jude platform, you would be able to set what that definition is. Well, I'm not talking about the fairness of it, how it's being implemented. I'm not talking about whether it's good or bad. I'm saying, like, literally, for whatever reasons, all these companies decided Alex Jones violated this.
Is it
that bad?
I would have been surprised if you had Alex Jones back. I would have been more surprised if you would have had Alex Jones back. This is very predictable.
Here's where I do have Alex Jones back.
Show me where you have his back.
I have his back on net neutrality when we were talking about how the internet is now taxed, how the ISPs can slow down people's bandwidth. To me, that's different because everybody's on the internet. The internet is like a utility to me. But in terms of a private platform that's on the internet, I don't have a problem with them deciding who they want to hang out with and who they want to support. I have a problem with the internet, with Comcast saying, hey, Jude, you got to pay more money to reach more people. Hey, I have a problem with Verizon saying, hey, you know what? We don't want to have any type of other theories or conversations on the internet. That, to me, is problematic. But not on Facebook or YouTube. Those guys got their own rules.
Alex Jones is not and the other thing is Alex Jones is not an employee of YouTube either.
No, but he uses their proprietary software, their proprietary technology.
Yeah, that's fucking but it's when you're trying to compare the two, it's one person's an employee, the other person is a user. It's apples and oranges to me.
Still, that's just a distinction based on how we're looking at it, but it's still someone else's business, someone else's platform that you're on. If you work at McDonald's, you're on their,
I guess,
you're in their shirt.
Yeah. I guess I'm just saying. I guess it's just a slippery slope to get on. Let's go to the phone lines. Lex in Orlando.
I think this is part of their plan. So what they just did is they just martyred the guy, and there's gonna be more martyrs after him. There's gonna be other Alex Jones after him. So they just made a big mistake. That's my personal opinion. I never listened to the guy. I've seen him. I've heard him a little bit. Never listened to him. I've heard him, and I get a sense of what he spews, and he's spewing hate. And there's a lot of that going around right now. So they just martyred the guy, and that's exactly what they wanted.
He probably that's the irony behind this is I think it's going to backfire on them. Like he'll probably come out ahead. Like I don't know shit about the dude. I haven't heard him say any hate speech per se.
They also reported yesterday that after he was removed from these platforms, new users to his own websites and to his own apps surged. So, there
you go. Q in Oklahoma.
So I have a question. I was listening to you guys' conversation, and you said something about having people having freedom of speech, and you feel like they should have the right to say whatever they want to. But then he asked you what you feel about them kneeling in the NFL, and you said that they, if they have to work, they need to follow the rules. You need to elaborate because that's kind of
all right. Let me break it down to you like this. Let's say I don't believe in abortion. Okay. Let's say I'm pro-life. Okay. And I think that taking the life of a baby is murder, and you're killing a child. Okay. And I work at Starbucks, and every time someone orders a coffee, I'm like, killing a child 5 months into the third trimester is murder, and that's murdering babies and blah blah blah, and I'm against that shit. Like, my manager would have a talk with me because they're like, hey, bro, you're here to serve coffee. Like, that's not in your job description. As strongly as I feel about that, go do that off the clock. That's the best way I could. That's the best way I can. Whether I agree with them or disagree with them, it is besides the point.
But that's kind of the same thing as speaking how you want to speak freely, because it is a freedom of speech. And if you're not, I mean, there's history behind that. That's why they're not doing it to be disrespectful. They're not cussing. They're not disrespecting you. They're just simply kneeling because they're sitting behind something they feel strongly in, and they're not influencing others. I mean, they're just doing something that they want. So it's kind of contradicting.
No, I'm not contradicting myself. I felt that I gave a very clear example of pushing my political agenda on the job, where people aren't asking for me to push my political agenda, and the Starbucks may not want me fucking yelling about killing babies.
I just don't see the distinction between you saying that Starbucks has has carte blanche over their employees, which they do, versus not curbing the conversation a little bit when it comes to YouTube having carte blanche over the type of stuff they want to host. Like, why is it different?
Well, that's the thing. Like, and I don't. I think those are two different things. YouTube. They're going to kick off whoever the fuck they want, but it's just dangerous. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know enough about Alex Jones, and I don't know enough about the YouTube rules, and YouTube can kick off whoever they want, but this is dangerous territory, and what it's going to create is a distrust with the user, and people are going to find alternative places to go. And they're not gonna fuck with YouTube if YouTube keeps kicking off people that fucking they disagree with.
I still don't see how that's different than NFL kneeling. Right? To me, it's the same thing.
I disagree. I think that Alex Jones does not work for YouTube, and he's not an employee of YouTube.
But he's on YouTube's platform. And YouTube gets to decide. Like, YouTube doesn't host porn, right? So anybody who's trying to go to porn, they know they can't go to YouTube.
You're right there. It just seems like a spurious thing. Like, to me, it doesn't seem like the same argument, but I don't know. I'm dumb. Let's go to La Quinta.
Yeah, this is LaQuinta.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
It's cool. Yeah, so just like educating, I guess, the lady that came on talking about how Starbucks couldn't restrict somebody's freedom of speech. That's not true. If you go to law school, Con Law 1 teaches you that all of those Bill of Rights freedoms that people are always so quick to say they have, those are what the government cannot do to you, not what Starbucks cannot do to you. So if you have a constitutional law issue, usually you're suing the other person is the people that you're suing is the government, not Starbucks, because it's the government that says you can't, do stuff like that. So I think that's where people get confused.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you for breaking that shit down. Yeah. Look, and
same thing with YouTube and Facebook.
I'm just saying, look, I'm not saying YouTube doesn't have the right. I don't know what Alex Jones has said. I can't say that he did say hate speech. What you told me he said, I don't think is that big of a fucking deal. Being like, I think Holocaust deniers, I think fucking anybody should be able to have a fucking platform. But if YouTube wants to deplatform people that they disagree with, hey man, that's their company. People will find another place to go. Like, that's what's gonna, like, they'll just. Like, if they're all the way private, they'll find another place to go. Like, that's just the way it goes. Like, what I'm saying is, I just think I find it a bit dangerous. That's all. Like, that's all. I didn't say they didn't have the right to. I just said it's a bit dangerous.
One of the things I got into a conversation about this yesterday in terms of how dangerous it is. Like, I think if it's going to be a tipping point or a slippery slope. YouTube, Facebook, all these platforms, they're not going to be able to kick everybody off because they're not going to make any money that way. So, only people that are in danger are the people that are most extreme. Now, if there's people on the other side that are taking the same rhetoric against people from other countries or anything else, I'm sure that they would, if they fell into that same situation, I don't think I'd feel that bad. But to me, this is different than like if the government does it, right? Because the government's not trying to make a profit like a business is. They'll put themselves out of business if they kick too many people off the platform. So I'm not sure how big of a concern this is.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't like seeing anybody getting kicked off of anything. Like,
it's private.
You're right. Like, but I don't know how private it is.
Well, you know,
YouTube's owned by Google, right?
We're having all kinds of whataboutisms and philosophical conversation. If that's the case, there isn't any private business because the only people who get tax breaks are businesses.
Let's go to Tyler in St. Louis. Tyler.
Hey, what's up, man?
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, real talk, though. Like, the thing is, he got people's lives in danger because of what he's saying. Like, how is that not considered hate speech? Like, what he's saying, he says this shit every week, and he knows it's putting people's lives in danger.
What does he say? Give me a quote.
This shit. What's up?
Like, what is he saying? Are you a big follower of him? I don't follow dudes.
The thing is, I got friends that are like rednecks out in the country and shit, and I still set friends with them even through the Trump shit.
Good for you. It's big
they
of you.
put little quotes from him up on there, little videos from him when they was on Facebook or whatever. And I'm like, how y'all listen to this dude, man? Like, he say the same shit every week. How everybody else is like, Trump called people shitholes, and he back it up like, oh, yeah, all,
you're allowed to.
I would say all brown people from shithole countries, and he backed that shit up too. And he co-signed all that shit, and then turns around and goes, oh, well, Sandy Hook is bullshit. And these parents out there, these people, you got to watch these people. You got to watch these people. Like, what the fuck do you mean by that,
What about Maxine Waters encouraging people to attack Trump supporters out on the streets?
She didn't say attack. She said push back. She said push back.
It could be taken. And push is a physical. Push is physical.
Push is also.
Do you understand? Do you understand?
Push is a verb also, and it's not consistent. She didn't have a platform dedicated to these ideas, and she wasn't showing up every day of the week.
She does have a platform.
No,
that's
but she
what
doesn't
her
have
whole fucking platform is based on.
She doesn't have a platform.
I just want you to be consistent, Justin. I just want you to be consistent.
Look, man, if you think it's bad for football players to kneel, but it's okay for Sandy Hook deniers, that's cool.
Yeah,
but
I think
what
it's.
I'm saying
I
is
think
totally different.
I think people look, man.
There's such a line. I mean, cut you off.
Yeah.
I wasn't quite finished. There's such a line when it comes to when people say things like Maxine Waters. No, Maxine Waters is not out every day pointing fingers at people and inciting violence. Like, literally, that is Alex Jones' InfoWars platform. I know you're not up on it, but clearly enough people are, because enough organizations point to the exact same thing as to how he's violating their terms and conditions. Like, I don't know how much philosophy is in this, but Maxine Waters is not out here over here telling people to attack people. She's not peddling hate speech on a daily basis. No, she's not. There's no way she would have been reelected if that was even the case. For 20 years she's been out here doing this. That's like not even on the same page. There's other people
just
that
when
could
people
be.
You agree with fucking say things that fucking, and then it's not the same.
Just because like an elephant and a mouse are both heartbeats, they both have heartbeats, don't mean they're both the same. Like, just because two things exist doesn't mean that they're the same. Now, I can think of people who might fall into that category who are on the left, but Maxine Waters isn't one of them. Like, there's some cats like Dr. Umar Johnson. To me, he's another cat on YouTube who's probably in danger of some of the things that just happened to Alex Jones. He's a better example than Maxine Waters. Come on.
I said what I need to say. Just be consistent. Just be consistent. Let's. Jesus, damn, this is crazy. Kenny in Atlanta, go ahead.
Yeah, what's going on? I wanted to make a point to Jude's point. If Alex Jones broke the terms and conditions of YouTube, what about like somebody like Ice-T that made the song like Cop Killer or something to that effect? And a lot of hip hop songs, isn't that kind of breaking the terms and conditions?
That was the crazy. It's funny you say that because fucking 20 years ago, it was rappers that was going to fight for their freedom of speech because they were considered fucking hateful and lewd and dangerous. And now it's and that was against the conservatives. And now you see on the very opposite side, the left is using that to quell speech from people that they don't agree with by saying it's hateful and fucking dangerous. And that's all I'm saying. I would just like to see all free speech.
Well, these are guys who received death threats. And two, we're talking about private platforms. I'm 100% with you when it comes to government overreach. I'm with you. But no, nobody can just come to my house, speak how they want to speak, and not expect me to not kick them out.
I understand that. I get that. I would just like to see a bit of consistency with who you kick out.
If you don't
agree with me, you're out of my fucking house. If you do,
it's not even about
have a sandwich.
It's not agreeing to disagree. You can't put your feet on my couch. We can have a different conversation. But don't put your sneakers on my couch. And
it's always good having it's always good having these conversations with you. Hold on, let's go. I feel like 888-742-3345. Jarrell in DC. Go ahead, Jarrell.
Hey, what's up, Jude? I'm calling back. I had to get in on this one. I think the problem is when you look at using social media platforms, in the legal sense, once you sign up to that user agreement, you're basically agreeing to a license. And just like a license, like driving your car, all licenses are revocable, right? So if you violate the terms or the agreements, or just like if you speed too much, your license can be taken away. And also, the First Amendment is not an unlimited right. It never has been. You can't go in a theater and yell out fire, right? There are consequences for that. And I think it's the argument is spot on that there's a difference between the government doing things to you and private companies doing things to you. I mean, I think I'm a little worried about free speech. Admittedly, I'm a liberal guy, but I'm worried about it from the other sense that now we live in a world where everything is true and nothing is true, right? And that's the danger to free speech to me, because nobody knows what to believe anymore. No matter how many facts you can lay out before somebody, you got guys like Alex Jones, questioning, basic truths. I mean, you have guys on here, Jude, that they question if the world is round. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I think they have the right to fucking say all of these things. That's what I'm saying. I am all for people saying bullshit. I'm completely for it. As long as they're not directly saying, go fuck that fucking person up. Like as long as they're not
as long as they don't say, suck on my shotgun.
Or
that's what they said about Obama, right? That's what Ted Nugent said.
Yeah, I don't think that he should have said that. Or what do we want? Dead cops.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you on that too, man.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yeah, I don't think he shouldn't. That shouldn't have been said. So, or fucking,
That's good. That's a consistent point there.
Yeah, I'm pretty consistent with my shit.
Well, you look at football players kneeling very differently than offensive content on a platform. There's too private, and that's not consistent.
They're just not consistent with what they find offensive is my fucking problem. Let's go to TJ in Philly.
My man, Rude Jude, you put me on at the perfect time, bro.
Go ahead,
Listen, you make a great point in saying that it's dangerous to cancel Alex Jones's show, but it's also dangerous for the NFL to tell the players that they can't protest. We're all right fighters for what we think is right or correct or whatever. It's about what support you can get. Just like the point with NWA, they won in the Supreme Court case, but it was wrong before that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you just got to make your case and stand up on your morals and be able to defend it and, state the case.
That's interesting. Let's go to Mike in North Carolina. Go ahead, Mike.
All right, I have an initial point, but I kind of want to say something different regarding the whole Alex Jones thing, because I think what a lot of people are missing is the fact that he got kicked off of YouTube is because he's slandering actual people. So there's this one family that had to move 7 times who their son was murdered during the Sandy Hook massacre. So the difference in NWA saying fuck the police, they're not saying fuck Carl Winslow and go kill Carl Winslow, which is the actual, well, he's a fictional character, but you get my point.
I mean, but Pac has literally said fucking people's government names and fuck them,
And you know what? I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. If he had been served a cease and desist order for stating people's actual names, I would agree with that completely. But my point is that it's not. Alex Jones has said a lot of hate speech for years. There's a reason why he's getting kicked off of YouTube now, and it has to do with the specific slander of the families that are in litigation against him right now.
Hate speech is such a broad term that I just disagree with it completely. Such a broad fucking term.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. But he's been making inflammatory speech, insightful speech, falsehoods for years. And I don't have a problem with that. That's his right to do so. But when it comes to a point where there's a real family that has had to move 7 times because of lies you're telling and hate that you're inciting, and you know it. I mean, Alex Jones, when it was time to go to court for his children, he admitted that he knew the stuff that he was saying was a lie. So he's not a victim here. He's aware of what he's doing, and now his chickens are coming home to roost. Now, as far as the NFL and the whole anthem thing, I just wanted to state real quick, as far as the comparison to Starbucks, I think that's a false equivalency, because Starbucks doesn't require any form of patriotism out of their employees. So the example that you used, if you were, a pro-life person, well, if Starbucks was forcing you to pass out abortion pamphlets on the job, then I would support your right to say, hey, I don't believe in this, but here's this pamphlet. That's what the NFL is doing. They're being forced to support something that they want to protest against. So what the NFL should do is they shouldn't force patriotism on their employees, because I can't think of a job that does that forces you to
jobs are allowed.
patriotism.
Jobs are allowed to have whatever they want, and if jobs want to force patriotism, and that's part of their fucking deal, then they're allowed to do that as a private company.
I get that, but they also open up themselves for the response that they're getting. I mean, the forced show of patriotism doesn't have anything to do with the game of football. Just like
they're getting paid, they're literally getting paid.
Wouldn't have anything to do with coffee.
They're literally getting paid for the anthem. Like this is a money thing for them. So it makes sense. So it's part of the job description.
Yeah, but since 2001, 2002, since 9/11, it's part of the job description. Yeah. But the whole point is that they opened up this can of worms by forcing a show of patriotism. So if they want to stop it, then they can go back to how things were before the year 2001 and not play the anthem at a sporting event. It doesn't have anything to do with the sporting event.
I hear you, but I hear you, but I don't all the way agree with you.
Couple of good points there. I want to say that I do agree with Alex Jones on 9/11.
I don't know any of his fucking stances. Okay,
9/11 inside job.
I don't know any of his fucking. I don't know any of his fucking stances. All I know is I see a bunch of inconsistencies. That's all I see. I just want consistencies. Matt in Minnesota.
Oh my God! All right, you're completely right about everything. It's just ridiculous, and
he's talking to you,
Justin. Flip flops so much.
He's
it's
definitely
just
talking
ridiculous. It's everybody's so worried about free speech, and everybody wants to yell about free speech when it's what they want to say. But as soon as you hear something that you disagree with, all of a sudden, oh, that's hate speech. That's hate speech. We have to stop that. Well, if it's free, it's got to be free for everyone.
That's
all there is to it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Keep your mouth shut. Watch your own bobber. But fuck. And every time somebody makes a point here, and Justin gets a little cornered, jump right back to the NFL and to the kneeling. And well,
Because it
And
triggers
this
you.
is
It triggers
the
both
same
of you.
conversation that's going on just all over the country.
It makes you guys so
Anywhere.
uncomfortable.
No, I feel like
there's two
I really
different
like my
conversations.
stance on that.
There's two different conversations. On the internet, yes. From a broad internet standpoint, yes, I'm with you. I think everybody should have the opportunity to build their communication platforms that they want to build on the internet. I do not see anything wrong with a private entity, regardless of what kind of government assistance it gets, because all of them get it, setting its own rules and standards.
Okay.
And I don't feel bad for anybody who gets kicked off of something that they knew they were violating.
I'm looking at other countries and I'm seeing what they're doing as far as hate speech and fucking, and go look at England, go look in Germany, go look at the way they control their citizens. It's fucking dangerous. It's a slippery slope. Motherfuckers are getting locked up for saying shit on Twitter that somebody deems as hate speech. Like, it's fucking Orwellian, dude. That's the one thing that we have is our voice. And whether what you say is right or fucking wrong, like, that's the one thing that we fucking have, dude. So, like, I'm very, very, it makes me very nervous to just openly relinquish that so that other people are fucking comfortable or I can feel more protected or whatever. That's all I'm saying.
I think we're saying the same thing.
Okay.
We're just not disagreeing on where it's okay to take that position. Like, I don't care about what a company decides is cool or not cool. If the government was saying this stuff, I'd have a very different problem. And all these other countries you're pointing at, maybe it started with their social media platforms. Who knows? I don't. But there's a very distinct difference between censoring what can and can't be said or the reach you can get on the internet, which everyone was cool with when they got rid of net neutrality, versus being upset about what private platforms allow you to do.
And there it is. Alphabet's owned by the government, which helps on Google. So, just saying.
It's a government utility. Is that what it is now?
Well, Alphabet is touched by the government. You know what I'm saying? I think.
Thank you for clearing that up.
I suppose.
It's okay to peddle misinformation. Free speech.
That's right. That's right.
Oh,
it's good to have you in here,
man. As always, man.
Look, we got the news coming up next. 888-742-3345. 888-742-3345. Let's go.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
And now, it's time for News from the Chin with John Z. Matthews.
Some people are playing around with this new way to orgasm. They're calling it a pee-gasm.
I've done that before.
Really?
When I was a bathroom attendant at the gay bar.
What?
Cause you had to watch all of your candy and cigarettes and shit, or else they'd fucking steal it. And I'd be sitting there for like 4 hours not being able to pee, and then the bouncer would finally come down, and then I go in the stall because I couldn't pee in the urinals because I was afraid that they would look at my dick, and then that shit fucked me. I was fucked up for years. I couldn't pee at urinals for years.
Wow.
Them gay motherfuckers, some dick gazing. Just dick gazing, like it's the stars. They look like they looking for constellations in your dick or some shit. They be some dick gazing motherfuckers. So that's why I really couldn't go, like, cause I could pee at the stall and look back and make sure no one was stealing my shit, but I was like nah. So I'd hold it for like 4 hours, and by the time you pee, that shit felt like you busting.
You were in a bathroom and you were holding it for 4 hours.
Talk about fucking torture.
Yeah.
You're like, there's literally like fucking 7 urinals I can go piss in, and I'm just fucking sitting there like holding it. Like, come on.
That's weird.
It's not weird. It made total sense to fucking me, dude. Made total sense to me.
And you'd feel good once you had this release.
Bro, if you hold your pee for that long and you finally pee, it feels, you start shuddering. You go, Woogity.
Supposedly, some people are doing this on purpose now. And women in particular. Again, this is a...
Is that really... Is it the same thing that I was just talking on? That's what they were doing?
You just hold it. And then...
Who the fuck knew?
But this is not a good thing.
It works.
No, but it's not good.
It's probably bad. It's probably awful for your bladder.
Yeah. This person who they spoke to, Dr. Charlotte Elder, a gynecologist, said that it turns out if you delay going to the toilet, you can stretch out your bladder.
Yeah, my bladder big as fuck, son.
Oh, it's just terrible.
Like a hot air balloon.
And a bladder injury can take years to recover from.
I'm still suffering.
Some cases, it's irreparable. And
I
another...
don't got no 5K for that either. You know, no one's jogging for bladders.
Stretched out bladder.
Don't do it, ladies.
Blasted bladder. Now, this peegasm, you could get a urinary tract infection because holding on too long can allow harmful bacteria to multiply in the urinary tract.
You gotta be doing it for days. What are you talking about holding on? It's only... If you just hold it for like 1 extra hour longer than you were supposed to, you'll get there. I can't believe I'm the only one that this has happened to, where you've had to hold your pee for so fucking long because of some situation, and when you finally do, you're like, oh, shit, fuck.
Well, you can really get it going if you do a reverse Kegel at the same time. That's another...
What's a reverse Kegel?
A suggestion. Well, for men, it looks like...
Where you flex your dick while it's happening?
It says here, you release the muscles of your anus and you sort of...
I ain't doing all that, man.
Feel your body move downward, lift up your penis and testicles a little bit.
Miss me with that gay shit, bro.
Contract the front penile muscles.
Yeah? All right, I hear you.
No, I wouldn't do this.
I'm afraid I would shit on myself, to be all the way real. You start loosening your butt and stuff. You know I got them digestion problems.
Yeah, you want to contract your muscles as though you're trying to urinate or pee faster.
All right, man.
All right, sorry.
Okay, we said enough.
But again, you shouldn't do this, and certainly don't go to this Reddit forum where they're talking about it.
What's the Reddit forum? There's a name of it?
Well, it looks like it's in sex, and then there are just some people gathering here to talk about the peegasm. I don't know.
I wonder if we could bring someone. Can we have someone pee in a bucket on air? Are they allowed to pee?
I guess.
What if we brought in someone that does peegasms and just have them hold that shit, and then
just for the whole show, sitting in the corner checking in with them,
and then at the end, fucking, she can pop and do a peegasm into the bucket. Would you carry the bucket and empty it? It's like the 1800s or whatever. You know, they got the chamber pots.
It's making me gag already.
Fuck it, I'll empty the bucket.
No, we can
kind of into water sports, whatever. We can do it.
Sure, we can find somebody to do it.
Something.
The peegasm.
We gotta look it up. There's rules. I don't know. I think you're allowed to. I think you're not allowed to have bodily fluid. I'm not sure. There's some rules about that shit, but.
Well, I mean, we're not gonna throw it on anybody.
Yeah, I feel like as long as it's not on me, as long as she's not pissing on me, we should be fine. She's going to have to be vocal. She can't be one of them silent comers. It's not going to work on the air.
What if she gets hurt, though, holding it in? It stretches out her bladder.
Why are you such a bitch, John?
Well, that's the problem. That's what they're warning about.
That's a HP, not a MP. It's her problem, son.
All right.
What else?
Tongue splitting, another thing you shouldn't do. And
we were talking about that because the face tattoos. We were like, when it's come to a point when your barber has a gang of face tattoos, like, what's punk rock anymore? Like, what's the next step? And we're like cutting your tongue in half.
Yeah, it's just gross. Oh, we're gonna lead into that. I've got a video.
You got it where they're doing a live surgery.
Yeah, somebody.
All right. Oh, I don't want to see this, but I'm gonna watch it. Oh, they're cutting the tongue. Is that good for eating pussy?
You know what? They actually refer to that. Those who check
It's probably hidden. But I can't watch. I can't even fucking look at it.
Oh, gross.
Stop it.
Gross.
Stop it.
Man.
That's awful. Does it fuck with the way you talk?
Everything. I mean, it can. Some are saying no problem, but the doctors are saying there are many. You can screw up your teeth. You, of course, can get gum damage, an infection, mouth lesions, swelling that can lead to breathing difficulties.
You know what I was going to do back in the day because I fucked so much and ate so much pussy? You know that shit, that little web underneath your tongue?
Yeah.
I was finna get that shit clipped because I kept fucking. It was just going raw from eating so much pussy.
Who would do that? I mean...
Somebody that ate so much pussy. Like, I would be in pain the next day. So I was like, what if I just clip that shit? But like, what? I don't even know. I don't even know where you would start.
Yes, don't do that.
Why?
You're mutilating yourself. You're cutting your mouth open.
I'd just cut the bottom and then throw some peroxide on that shit, and then the next thing you know, I'll be able to eat pussy longer.
Wow.
I was a pussy eating fool back in the day. It's because this was the 90s. None of my black friends ate pussy. So, like, that was my one in. So I was just like, that was my in. I was the pussy eater. That was my special power if we were X-Men. If we were X-Men, I was pussy eater.
But this particular article is talking about the UK. They're banning it. They're outlawing it. Well, this ruling applies to England and Wales, but now the doctors are suggesting it's more widespread.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, man, you know, fuck. People always doing weird shit. People going down to Mexico chopping off, like, their limbs. Oh, man. People always doing weird shit like that.
Their limbs, what?
Like, you never heard, like, people, like, get way into, like, missing a body part, so they'll just go, and nobody in the States will chop off, like, a motherfucker's like leg, like calf. So they'll go down to fucking Mexico and get their fucking shit chopped.
Calf removal.
Yeah, you never heard about this shit?
Not really.
They don't give a fuck. They're like $50 or whatever, however much. I don't know how much they fucking charging, but like, yeah, it's like $5,000 in a 12-pack, and we'll fucking chop. We'll have you looking like Lieutenant Dan in this bitch. I don't know. Do you think they should ban chop? Like, I could see ban chopping fucking limbs off for no reason, just because that's like cheating to get handicap parking spots. But the tongue, the fuck do I care if someone wants to fucking remix their tongue?
Well, in 2003, Illinois became the first state in the U.S. to regulate tongue splitting, passing a law that made it illegal to perform the procedure on another person unless it's done by someone licensed. If you needed that done,
a licensed tongue splitter.
Yeah, for some bizarre reason.
There's a ton of them.
But you could have a condition.
More bureaucracy, slowing down business. I got to get a fucking license to cut someone's tongue.
Well, I mean, that would be a doctor. These body modification people, depending on the state.
Them bod mods. Man, they're the weird ones, dude. Some of these motherfuckers, man. If you see them, they got horns all over their goddamn fucking head and they turn into fucking lizards and leopards. Like, I don't know, man. I'll probably just fuck around and kill myself before I do all that shit.
Do you have any friends that have gone that far? Giant things in their face?
Nah, I don't hang out with people with giant fucking... They kind of seek out their own... They're into their own little fucking crew. I don't think they want to hang out with me. Mr. Plainface. I'd be like, hey guys, I got a nose ring. Pretty crazy, right? They'd be all fucking bummed.
But they're saying you're more than half of tongue piercings and 1 in 5 lip piercings performed are believed to result in complications. Those are not good odds.
Well, everybody got on the game for getting this fucking tongue pierced back in the day, and they were calling them gay and shit. And I was like, whatever, dude. I had my tongue pierced because that was my special power, the pussy eating power. That was my power. Like, I fucked so many black chicks off of that shit. It was like I was like the pink pony, white dude eating pussy. Like, wow. But I found that having your tongue pierced does not help with eating pussy.
Wait a minute, you had your tongue pierced?
Yeah, back in the day, just to eat pussy.
Really?
It worked. It worked too. Yeah, I was pulling mad chicks off of that shit. But it would get caught in. There's a lot of flaps down there. It's flappy. There's a lot of skin to get caught on. So,
how long did you wear that for?
Not that long.
Yeah,
not that long. It kept getting caught, and then I broke my tooth.
See, that's the problem. That's what they're saying. You're living proof. Yeah.
But guess what? I'm a free man. I'm allowed to fucking eat pussy and get it caught on flaps and break my fucking tooth. I don't need I don't need a government as my daddy telling me, oh, you can't do that. You might hurt you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I got the right to hurt myself.
That hurt? It must have fucking hurt like hell. I mean,
when I was working midnight shift and I was eating pretzels in a fucking at this factory, and I took a bite and then I was like chewing. And I was like, this is not. It was real crunchy, and it just happened to be my tooth.
Man.
But that was like because I went to like this bootleg dentist back. We ain't had no insurance, so I went to like this dentist that didn't even have any fucking. They didn't even have rooms. They had like bathroom curtains. They had like shower curtains. So like I went to a dentist with shower curtains as dividers. So needless to say, he did a hack job on the old mouth. Oof. When I bought my tooth, I found that was my tooth. I finally bought a tooth for that shit.
Oh.
Remember when I was bragging how I got a tooth?
How did I not know this at this point?
Well, it's a long story, so I've never been like, John, sit down. Let me tell you how I lost my tooth.
I figured it would come up.
It all started in '96 when none of my friends were eating pussy, so I thought that I'd get an edge. What else?
All right. The first male cheerleaders, they will join the NFL this year.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Hey. So the LA Rams.
I saw the picture, dude.
They might be gay.
They might be gay? I'm not fucking Nostradamus, but I predict cock in their future. Tons of it.
Napoleon Jennings and Quentin Perrone, they'll join the Rams squad, while Jesse Hernandez.
Jesus Christ, of course, LA.
He'll become a member of the Saints-Sations.
And it's not even like at like college where they're throwing the fucking chicks up. You know what I mean? It's not like the college cheer team where like, yeah, it's like some fucking roided out date rapist frat boy that's throwing broads up. These dudes are like fierce as fuck and doing like standing leg splits.
There he goes.
Even though they're classically trained dancers, they were nervous about the grueling audition process,
my God.
which included 2 rounds of
Hit
preliminary.
pause.
Sorry.
Can dudes have anything? Like, I get it. They want to. They're trying to like kill like 7 birds with 1 stone. They're like, hey, sorry about the whole fucking kneeling thing. Let's get past that. Let's get the girls on board. We'll get a couple black dancers and shit. But like, come on, man. It's fucking football. I don't want to see some dude fucking like high kicking. Like, this ain't chorus line.
Well, they're saying here the move is.
Can we fucking have anything?
The move is a step toward gender equality and inclusiveness. But how it will be.
I don't like show up at fucking what's the Sarah Jessica Sex in the City? Be like, yeah, we need more wrestlers in there. We need more fucking. I need a handyman to represent men in Sex in the City. Like, I just let them have their like they can have their. I don't show up at fucking cat shows like the International Cat Show and be like, how come there's no pit bulls? Ugh. I want to see some dog fighting. Like, I let them have their shit.
Well, they're excited. They're very happy about it.
Who's happy? Who's happy?
The guys who are doing it.
Like, good for you.
Napoleon
you got a fucking
Quentin.
job. Look, man, like, that's fucking great. You got a job, but this is clearly pandering. Can we agree that this is pandering? Nobody that I've ever spoken to in football has ever, even women, has even been, you know what, we need more high-kicking dudes on the sideline. Not one person has said that shit.
Somebody must have.
I've heard people complain about like the fucking receivers not getting too many fucking pass interference calls. I've heard people complain about that. I've heard like quarterbacks getting getting treated too nicely, where you're not even allowed to hit them that hard anymore and shit like that. These are the common complaints I've heard. Not once have I heard, man, if we just had like a male dancer on the sideline just doing high kicks, and preferably if he was gay, that would make, and a person of color, that would, because that's what they say, person of color. That's the woke people say. And if he was like a person of color, that would just make things so much better for football. I'm triggered. I'm fucking triggered, man. Come on, dog.
Well, they're gonna.
Hey, congratulations. That's cool. Who am I to tell the fucking the Los Angeles Rams how to run their team? It just seems it seems like it's pandering. That's all I'm saying.
So you can see them this Thursday.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait. I'll be there. And I'm sure they'll close up on them, and they'll have a whole fucking story. And look, hey, now we finally got some mail. And, like, I hate to be a dick. Alex knows football. There's a ton of women. Look, actually, a bunch of dudes don't know football, too. But, like, I've been to Super Bowl parties, dog. Guess who says the dumbest shit? Not the people with penis between their legs.
What?
They're just there for the 7-layer dip, and they're like, and who's that guy? And I look, that looks like a touchdown. Like, bitch, you was out of bounds, you fucking moron.
Oh, it's definitely a touchdown. He's cute. He's got a nice butt.
You're like, ugh.
The NFL preseason begins on Thursday. That's why you can see him. Check him out.
That's cool, man. That's awesome. Hey, do whatever. I'm like I said, run your biz however the fuck you want to run your biz. But don't tell me that's not fucking patronizing and pandering. That's all I'm saying. Good on you guys. You must have been nerve-wracking at the fucking male dancer tryouts for fucking. And if y'all can see it, it's like fucking it looks like fucking So You Think You Can Dance. They're doing fucking high kicks and
I know.
Oh, look how happy you won.
It was really humbling and amazing to be invited every time you came back to pinch yourself and be on your A game. So high emotions, but it was worth it.
You know, I was at a Laker game the Wednesday prior, and I was watching the team, the Laker girls, and I was asking myself, why can't I be down there? I've choreographed for girls who dance on pro teams. I've danced with girls on various pro teams, so I just thought, why not me?
Why not you? Yeah. Come on, slam dunk the football into the get a home run with the football.
Well, he made it.
He doesn't need to know football. He just needs to know dance, and he's mad flexible.
Looks like not that many people are using their Alexa devices to order things, to buy stuff.
They just use it to be wiretapped.
Looks that way. Yeah, this new survey.
Wiretap. Turn on the lights. Wiretap. I want to hear Adele.
Yep, you nailed it. In terms of just using it to stream, but also to control their smart devices in their house. Only 2% of people with these devices use the assistant to order shit online.
Wiretap. Turn on Adele. Okay, we're turning on Adele. Something about getting broken up with and being fat at the same time.
Hello?
Thank you, Wiretap.
You're welcome.
But 20%, they ask the device, what are my deals? Where's my stuff? That's about as close as they get.
What do you mean, where's my stuff?
Well, if you've got something in the mail, you say, where's my stuff? And I'll say,
it's just tracking shit that you've already bought?
And your new glasses will be here tomorrow. Something like that.
God bless all the guys that shit on Adele, because we wouldn't have this great music if she was actually treated nice.
It's not a bad song. It's a smash.
I'm not mad at that song. I'm just saying, like, if it wasn't for fucking, If it wasn't for dudes shitting on Adele, she wouldn't have nothing to sing about. Her and Taylor Swift. I can't say shit. Like, God bless me being brokenhearted and a drug addict, or else. I just noticed that she was fucking with her brother and he dumped her ass.
Oh, that's right.
That's some real shit, because she got the figure brothers would appreciate. You know what I'm saying? She looks like tax season to a couple dudes.
Lovely person.
Oh, I'd fuck Adele.
Would you really?
Fuck yeah. My taste for women is like, I'm like Mexican dudes and black dudes and down. I'll take it all the way to frat boys. Like, I'll take anorexic broad all the way to a real big bitch. I don't give a fuck.
Anorexic.
Yeah.
Kind of sharp.
Yeah, well, I don't care. It's like a 12-year-old boy.
All right.
Just pretend like I'm fucking a 12-year-old boy.
Something you... What? No. Can't. No. I don't think you want to do that.
Zing!
Yeah.
That joke was in Hyena. You can get that book on Amazon. Anyway. Give me some good news.
And now, time for good news.
So, remember this guy who worked at a supermarket in Louisiana who allowed that autistic kid to help him stock the shelves?
Yeah.
So, okay. Somebody set up a GoFundMe for him to go to school, and now it's got over $119,000 in it.
Good for him. That's fucking cool.
So it looks like he'll be going to school. Jordan Taylor.
All right, there you go. Good on him. Or you could take that money and just...
Yeah, how does that work?
Get a boat.
I know.
I'd get a fucking boat, maybe.
Yeah, going to college.
What if you just took it and just fucking... Just did what people that win the lotto do. Just fucking totally jerk that shit off.
I wonder how that works. But again, the story was
get a key of Coke, and then fucking just on a boat, fuck hookers. He could probably hire the fucking NFL dancers to do high kicks while he's getting his dick sucked.
That's a good amount of money.
That's what I would do. Now, or you could go to college. I would pick this if you're listening, which you probably aren't. Pick a sensible 2-year community college and then go to some other shit.
Yeah,
college is too expensive, and make sure you're getting a real vocation. Anything with studies behind it, you're not going to get a good job. There it is. Good for you. Go to college, man. Get the fuck up out of that motherfucking grocery store. Get your shit on. These GoFundMes are crazy. I don't understand. Like, there's so many emotional people out there.
Yeah.
Like, I like the dude, but I wasn't like, you know what? That's
worth $100.
He let an autistic kid put orange juice away. I'm gonna give him $20. Like, that was never. I was just like, yeah, that's something fucking cool to do, man. Like, that's fucking awesome. But But maybe the whole thing is like, look, man, we need more nice people to do things like that. So let's get more nice people in the workforce, and that's awesome. So good on him. Congratulations to him. And that's the news. Because the kid seemed like a good kid, didn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
He was like tearing up, man. Like he couldn't believe that. This is a life changer. It's crazy. It's crazy how powerful the internet is.
Yeah.
He literally was just fucking treating someone like a human being. It got taped, and now he's got $100,000 towards his education, which is 2 years in certain schools. Yeah. So there you go. Go to a state college, kid, man. You'll be good. All right. That was the news.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
Shape 45, that was the show. Shout out to Justin Hunt, the company man on everything on the phones. Is Jet. John is the producer and reads the news. Pierce, you did a good job on the boards today, man. Well done. Chris was coaching. Alex is the producer. My name is Jude Angelini. Tune in tomorrow for more All Out Show. Let's go.